I'm Spencer Mazyck, and joining me now is lawyer turned perfumer John Berglund. He's the owner of a Caribbean perfumery called Tijon. Welcome, John. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Spencer. Glad to be here.
So, John, first tell us, where is your perfumery located in the Caribbean exactly, and why did you choose that location?
It's in a little village called Grand Case in St. Martin, an island in the Caribbean, the smallest landmass divided by two countries, and we're on the French side. We chose it because we enjoyed visiting there among the other islands. It had a good economy, and it's the only totally duty-free island in the entire Caribbean.
Oh, duty-free. That sounds like you definitely did your homework there to figure that out. Well, and I should mention that you're in San Diego today, and is that because your daughter's opening up a branch there?
Yeah, we're going to have our first USA location. We convinced our daughter to quit her corporate job, and she's partnered and going to manage it, and we're having grand opening this weekend.
Well, can you tell us a little bit more about your perfumery? Does it create customized fragrances for both men and women?
Yeah, we offer 18 signature fragrances for men and women, along with other cosmetics and skincare products. And then we think we're maybe possibly the only place in the world where you can choose from over 300 oils to create your own alcohol-based perfume spray.
Well, that's fascinating. Tell me how it works. How does it work when somebody walks into one of your stores? What happens? What's the process?
Well, first they come in and if they say, wow, can I make my own perfume? We have a couple of different experiences. One that takes 2 to 3 hours where they have to sign up in advance for. Then we have a shorter course that takes about an hour, or if they just want to mix a couple of oils, we can usually do it right away. So we sit down, we have them tell us what they like in perfumes now, and then we ask them what oils they like. We have them go to the perfume organ, smell them. We have a list of preferred oils if they want to shorten the selection. And then they start mixing some oils, and we give them as much help as they want. And the hardest thing for most people is actually coming up with a name for their own fragrance.
Naming that fragrance, I think, might be pretty challenging. But I understand that you loved and you were very passionate about chemistry when you were in college. Did this idea to create your own perfume stem from that passion?
It stemmed from that, but many years later, I always loved chemistry. When I was a boy, my favorite Christmas present was a chemistry set. I had a lab in my parents' basement. Always loved chemistry, but it didn't occur to me until we visited the Caribbean in 1996 with our family, my wife and 2 children, and I said, you know what, I'd like to live here someday, but I don't want to retire, so what could I do? I can't practice law there, so I thought, wow, why not make something on the island? And I love chemistry, I love perfumes, try to use some local natural ingredients, and that's what we set out to do, and it took about 10 years of planning to do that.
Yeah, is it true that you had a 10-year plan to create this perfumery on an island somewhere, like an actual plan?
Yeah, we actually created a little business plan for ourselves this time as opposed to some clients. And we created formulas, we had a lab in our house, and most importantly, we had to save enough money to make the big move.
How much money did you have to save?
Well, I can tell you it certainly was triple what we had initially anticipated. And all told, we probably have, including with the real estate and the business, we probably in about $1 million.
Wow, so $1 million to make the move and to make the switch there. And have you earned that plus more back so far?
Well, we're cash flowing nicely and we're having a lot of fun. It's a wonderful lifestyle and we absolutely would do the same thing again. But we're debating as to whether we want to expand and how quickly because it means working harder. So we're not sure.
Well, so John, I have to ask you, if you were passionate about chemistry in college, why did you go to law school?
Well, it's a good question, and I really had a choice, and I followed the money. Believing there's more money in law, and it was certainly very good to my career, and that's why I did it. But I always had that little passion of making things, creating things. And fortunately, I had the option to go back to that.
Well, and after you graduated from law school, you did a lot of different things. You were a prosecutor, you were a lobbyist, you were even a trade association executive. So was there a defining moment? I know you said you took a trip to the Caribbean, but beyond that, was there a defining moment that forced you to leave corporate America to become a small business owner in the Caribbean?
For me, it was very personal, and it was when I visited my father in hospice in 1989. And I realize that, just a blink of the eye, I had been a little boy, and now I was an adult watching my father in hospice. And I figured, in a blink of an eye, if I don't die in a car accident, I'm going to be the next generation in hospice. And if I were lying on my deathbed, I would ask myself, did I do all I wanted to do in my life? And I thought, wow, what I really would like to do is go live on a tropical island and do what I really want to do. And for me, it was making perfumes.
No, it's very inspiring in that you say that. And do you think, though, that you could have accomplished your goal had it not been for your legal background and your training? Did it assist you in any way?
It assisted me greatly. First of all, it assisted me financially. I don't know if I would have ever had the money otherwise to make the move. And it helped me not only in contracts, buying the real estate, it helped me in negotiations, and it also the training, as an attorney, they always demanded that you think on your feet, you think quickly, as well as it gives you confidence.
Do you use any of the elements of your law degree, your legal background, in your day-to-day responsibilities now?
Probably only in the contractual settings. Otherwise, that's probably about it. But in my legal practice, certainly I had many experiences working for clients and businesses that I'm able to incorporate today, whether it's subtle and I think about it or not.
Yeah, I would think that being detail-oriented would help with creating those fragrances, concocting those potions, right?
Absolutely. Keeping copious notes, which we learned in law school.
Well, I want to mention that you've also written a book about your transition. What's it called?
It's called A Beachless Travel from Corporate Chaos to Flip-Flop Perfumer.
Are there any significant themes in the book that you would share with other people who are looking for passion-filled careers?
Well, it really is. There is. I mean, it's number one, you have to have a vision or a dream, and then you have to plan that dream, and then you have to have sufficient capital, whether it be 10,000 or higher, to make the move. But if you plan it and you're passionate about it, go for it. The worst that can happen is you fail at it. But even if you fail at it, that doesn't mean you're a failure, and the memories and experiences are well worth it. Remember, I'll be on my deathbed in the flick of an eyelash if I don't die in a car accident, and I'm going to be able to say, I really lived my life. I did what I wanted to do.
Well, that's some sound advice there, John. Thank you so much for joining us today. And you better believe that if I'm ever in St. Martin or even San Diego, I'm going to stop by and sample some of your fragrances because I like to smell good, John.
Well, please do. And I'll likely be in St. Martin, and we'll be glad to give you and all the viewers a VIP tour.
Thanks very much. Take care.
Thanks, Spencer.
For more information on this or other topics, subscribe to BloombergLaw.com. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for joining us. Bye, everybody.